you're really ill, now that you stepped into my enemy, my night is complete. Now that you're finally here, and a part of it, you lie, the guardian of my sleep. Cause there is in my heart some kind of charge. I must not see, my dear. Every time I see you be my dear, I must not see, my dear. Every time I see you be my dear Lucy. You turn and spin my colors all the way.
And so we're over to me. Now, I haven't actually done any clocks this week, so I had to make use of a clock I made earlier. If you're watching it in the Be.Live group, it's Stephen, and this is the weekly question and answer session where you can answer, well, I can answer your questions about Be.Live and live broadcasting. So I'm going to take that off screen. So let's move forward. This is my third show today. And it shows that you can actually do more than one show in a day. And I've just finished with a show which was broadcast, simulcast on Be.Live, on Facebook and on YouTube. We're having great fun with the simulcasting feature, and the quality on YouTube is just superb. A bit of delay on the processing, don't worry about that. Just go to YouTube when you completed your show and just keep an eye on it, and eventually you'll get your video on YouTube. However, if you go to my profile, my broadcasts, you can see the link to YouTube. You can use that link to share your show even whilst YouTube is processing, and that's very important and does make a difference because YouTube can take quite a while. So do use the link that's actually under my profile, my broadcast, to say hello to Facebook user. Now, Facebook user, you'll see that I just posted a link. I'm going to post it again. And you should get a link coming through on Facebook in a second. And the link should, that's it. If you can see that link, the link's only going through to YouTube, I think. So let's try again, third time lucky. And oh, right, I can't post direct into the group. Understandable, really. That's a restriction from Be.Live. If I was broadcasting to a page, then I'd be able to broadcast and see your comments and to make comments. So I can't comment directly into the group, but I can read your comments. If you're watching live, thank you. And all you need to do is ask your questions about any aspect of the operation of Be.Live. Where was I? Oh, yeah, I was producing a show at 10 a.m. Eastern today with David Burrows and also with Linda Sunshine West, Fons Chamberlain, and Joe Shepherd. And producing a show is a totally different experience from actually appearing live on the show. And you've got to sort of keep a watch on and listen to what's being said and bring things on screen at the right time. I actually ran a watch party in Be.Live as well. So I was definitely multitasking. So anybody who says men don't multitask, hello Bosco, nice to see you. How can we have a logo on the live running scroll? I think that's a challenge at the moment. The only way you can actually no, I'll pass that on and we'll see what happens. But I can understand what you're saying because you've got the long running scroll is here. Hello Gospel. So this long running scroll at the bottom, Be.Live helps you tell your stories on Facebook and YouTube. We help you to tell your stories. That was the show we were doing earlier. So yeah, that's, I can see what you mean, Bosco, but it is text at the moment, although you could, I'm just going to experiment here. No, I can't do it. Oh, wait a minute. If I go slower, just bear with me a moment. I can click it, and I'm not getting the response I expect. But no, I take your point, and I'm going to stop that now. And yeah, so let's do this properly. Say hello to Gospel. Gospel, nice to see you. I haven't forgotten. I'm running 6 days behind at the moment. And over to Nick Wood. Hi, Stephen. I thought I could simulcast, but I can't. I need to work it out. There is a video in the group. If you search for simulcast, Nick, you'll find it. You'll find two things. One, a post where you apply for it. And the second is my video about how to do it. Now, how to do it is simple and straightforward, but if you want a quick explanation in 5 minutes, then I've done that. So if you already have it and don't know how to use it, watch the video. If you haven't got it, then you need to apply for it expressly, as over hundreds of people have done so. And once you've applied for it, then it'll be granted to you and your studio will change. And in the studio, I can see edit destination. I've got two destinations, Be.Live group, and I'm also broadcasting to YouTube at the moment. So please do ask. And if you can't find it, we can chat after the show. Over to Facebook user. How did you put that? Thank you for that. How did I put that beautiful picture in the background? Well, first of all, a little bit about the picture which was sent to me today by Corinda. And the picture is of Staines in Middlesex, which is in the south of England. And Staines is as close as you can put a town to Heathrow Airport. In fact, it's on the flight path. So thank you to Corinda Singh for the photograph. And the way I'm doing it is this. If I screen share at the moment, bear with me while I do this. So I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to share an application. And I'm going to bring it up on screen. I'm going to do this live. So I'm going to hide that, show that, take me off screen, or take me. Right. I'm using this software, which is to the right of me, which is called XSplit VCam. Normally, I would look like this. That's my normal state of affairs, is that I'm actually in the background. Well, I've got a green screen behind me. I've got lights either side of me, but I'm using that piece of software. And basically what I do is I go to that software and I upload the pictures I want, and magically I can change my background from one picture to another picture and back to Corinda's. Now the software is Windows 10, costs about $40, and you download it, you install it, you then have a new camera which is called the XSplit VCam, and you select the XSplit VCam, it comes on screen, and then you can use the software in the background to actually change the way you actually look. And I keep pressing the wrong place. You can actually change the way you look, and you can pick any picture you want. And this is of the twinning, and this is of Mayenne. And back to my favorite picture of the moment, which is Staines. So software, $40, XSplit VCam. I'll put the link in afterwards, and you just need the software and you can run with it. If you are on Windows, then there is another piece of software you can actually use whose name escapes me at the moment, but I'll put that in as well. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing screen now and come back to me. And back to the next comment. And oh, wow. So that's where we left off. How do you put that beautiful picture in the background? Hopefully that's been answered. And the next comment is from Sophia. Nice to see you, Sophia. Is this working on phones too? Be.Live works, all broadcasts have got to start on the desktop. This is a Facebook requirement. Facebook has said we want to keep multi-person broadcasts to ourselves. You can't start a multi-person broadcast using third-party software on your phone. It's against the rules. And as Be.Live play by the rules all the time, they cannot do it. So I'm afraid that you have to start the broadcast from desktop and not mobile at the moment. And it has to be said that a broadcast from desktop has better quality than a phone. You never know what's going to happen in the future, but for the moment, I have to say it's desktop or laptop only. It's Windows or Mac. Basam is saying, I used Be.Live and broadcasted live twice. Since then, my camera doesn't work. I have free version. Okay, Basam, could you go into your studio, and the bottom right-hand corner, you'll find a question mark. Press the question mark and press chat, and open the chat with Be.Live support, who are there 24/7, and they will be able to help you sort out your camera. On the free version, you could only broadcast 3 times a month. So if you may have reached your limit if you were testing, live broadcast and testing all count. That's what all I can think of. But do contact support. They will have access to the records, know when you've broadcast, and will be able to advise you on the best way forward. Be.Live support through your studio anytime. Press the question mark, press chat, say hello, mention my name, and well, you can mention my name if you wish, and you'll get an answer to your question. Okay, they're the techie guys. They know everything that's going on. I know most of what's going on. And Nick, okay, we'll go through it after the broadcast, Nick. When you applied, did Inga reply to you? That's a point. I know it's a very long thread with hundreds of people asking for the software, but we can chase that up afterwards. Okay, and Nick is saying thanks. And overdue. Hi, Stephen. Will you be adding the ability to schedule simulcasts? Yes, we will have the ability to schedule simulcasts. It is important that we have that. Be.Live know it's important. When you can't schedule, then you can't promote. If you can't promote, you can't give people a link to your show. I've done 8 simulcasts now, and I would love the arrival of scheduling on simulcasts. It is in the works, and I too will be happy when it actually arrives and we can all do it. It will arrive. They know how important it is, and I've no doubt they're working on it and testing it at the moment. As soon as it arrives, Inga will probably let us know in the Be.Livers group. So watch the Be.Livers group, and you'll get an answer to that. And I am looking forward to it. Wow, what a small world it is. Nick grew up in Staines, which is the photograph behind me, supplied by my good friend Corinda. And it is a small world. Wow. I mean, I've been through Staines. I've been to Staines because it's on the way to Heathrow Airport or close by. All right. Okay. Our next comment. This is a show driven by comments. Thank you for making the comments. Hello, Gospel. It is simulcast is at the moment for YT, for YouTube and Facebook. I'm no doubt that once things have settled down, we will be able to go other places. I can't mention what they are. I do know that one of them will not be Instagram. We can't go live to Instagram. Instagram have not released their API, so Instagram won't be one of them. If we get SMTP, short messaging transfer protocol, then RTMP as well. RTMP, yeah. Then we will be able to go to any destination. I'm looking forward to that as well. Next question, why not Instagram? Instagram, because Instagram don't want us to. It's simple as that. Instagram don't want third-party software to be able to broadcast to Instagram. It means that they can keep control. They can actually monitor what's actually happening on their platform. And at the moment, there's no API. So there's no application programming interface. And if there is no API, then third-party software just simply can't do it. I know programs that can do hacks. And the risk of doing a hack is that somebody says, wait a minute. Or the worst case scenario is somebody reports you for actually broadcasting live on Instagram with third-party software. Then your account could go south. I'm not saying it will, I'm just saying it may. So you're laying yourself open. Instagram don't want us to do that yet. So is their football pitch? Stream on Vimeo. Urbano, welcome to the broadcast. I've put forward Vimeo as one of the platforms that is important to us. I store my videos on Vimeo. Vimeo is not Facebook. Vimeo is not YouTube. We can store our videos there, high quality. We can market them from there. We can sell them from there. So Vimeo is a very important platform. At the moment, no, but I will mention it again to the team at Be.Live. So watch this space. But I think that it would not be top priorities. What's the software called? The software that does the hack. I don't know. It's somewhere in my dim and distant memories. I shall work out what it actually is, and I shall bring it a link up on screen. Okay, and over to Basam. I did, but couldn't help. Thanks. Okay. Well, in general, if the software is not seeing your camera, then I would just. There's one thing you could do. Is there is a browser called Microsoft Edge. Now, Microsoft Edge is based on Chrome now. So you could try the Microsoft Edge browser. So that's Microsoft, same as ever, and Edge, E-D-G-E. Microsoft Edge is an alternative to Chrome. Be.Live works on Microsoft Edge. My friend Marco has been testing it for the last 10 days, 2 weeks. He's had no problems with it. So do have a look at Microsoft Edge. If not, then perhaps you message me, direct message me, and I'll see if I can help. Okay, and on to the next question. So can I be a host and get paid? Right, okay. There is a need for show producers, and what you need in order to get paid is a portfolio of shows you've already done. If you were buying something, you'd want references, wouldn't you? You'd want your friends to say, this is good, buy it. Same goes for video and video production. If you've been producing shows for other people and you can actually get permission to use their shows in your portfolio, then yes, you can charge for producing shows. And I know people who do get paid for producing shows. The other way is by attracting a sponsor. I know people who've got sponsors as well. But, and this is my but, everything is possible. The difference is how you approach this. And you've got to do lots of shows, lots of broadcasts. If you've got 10 broadcasts, then not much chance. If you've got 100 broadcasts behind you, then a lot better chance. So you need to build a good back catalogue. If you think about pop stars exist off their back catalogues, there are bands still playing from the 60s and 70s because we listen to their music, we love their music. Same with producers. We've got to have a back catalogue that people can look at, and they can look at how you've actually produced and hosted the show. So it can be done. It takes hard work. It takes doing a number of shows. And it can work. I mean, I've got paid production work, and but it's only because I've been doing this. I've been doing live video for 5 years now, and this is my 1330th show on Be.Live. So because I've been doing so many shows, then I've got a back catalogue of 8 shows a week, which I can show to people, and that's why people do hire me to actually produce their shows. I don't appear on screen. I am in the background doing all the whizzy bits that we know and love. So it can be done. It can be done. Okay, and over to Nick again. Right, okay, and this is an observation about stains behind me. Photo by Corinda. You don't realise how loud the planes are until you move away. Back in the 70s and 80s, Concorde flew right over our house every day. It was a magical sight and sound, to be honest. I agree. Concorde was the best of British French technology, and it's when they actually stopped it, you sort of shed a tear, really. It's never going to come back, especially with the situation we've got at the moment. But Concorde, I mean, I actually saw, I'm going to name drop here, I actually saw Concorde at Charles de Gaulle, and it was just taxiing. We were driving up the motorway, and looked up and that's Concorde going over the bridge. Brilliant memory. Okay, and over to Gospel. And Gospel is saying software used to, oh, right, sorry, Gospel, right. Software I use to do my background pictures. And just so you can, hang on. So you can recognize it. I can't actually type it into, it's XSplit, XPLIT space VCAM, VCAM, XSplit space VCAM. And you, if you go to YouTube and you search for XSplit VCAM, you'll find I've done about half a dozen videos on it. And all I've got to say is there are various ways of creating a virtual background. XSplit is the best I've seen. I've been using this since Jan 2019. It is $40, but I pay. I'll tell you what I do. XSplit Broadcaster is a wonderful piece of broadcasting software if you're broadcasting solo. I use that not often enough. For $5 a month, you can get XSplit VCAM and XSplit Broadcaster, and that's an annual license. You can buy it for $49.95 one-off, but you could support a software house and get some say in the future direction of the product. Over to Nick again. Nick, thank you for your comments. Ah, right, okay, you found it. Okay, well, you see, this is often the thing that when you talk about a problem, you go and take a second look, you see something that you've missed before. So you have got it. Good. I wish you every success in broadcasting either to 2 places on Facebook, 2 pages, 2 groups, a page in a group, or broadcasting to Facebook and YouTube at the same time. The beautiful thing about simulcast and broadcasting to Facebook and YouTube is that you actually see all the comments coming in on YouTube and Facebook at the same time chronologically, and you can answer and show any of the comments on screen, and it's just so sweet. It just works out the tin. It's just, I couldn't have done it better myself, really. So answering comments is just so easy because you can show them on screen whether they come from Facebook or YouTube, and you don't know where they're from, and you look afterwards, you think, ah, that came from YouTube. All right, and over to Bassam. By the way, I tried to log in from my desktop and laptop also, but it didn't work. While the apps are working well. Okay, as I say, if you get in contact with me, we'll see if we can do something later in the week. I'm not saying I've got the answer, but I'm willing to take a look. Over to Gospel. Right, okay. Right, my hardware. I have to the left of me a Microsoft Surface Book 2. So that's Microsoft Surface Book 2. And I'll do a blog about it as well, Gospel. Microsoft Surface Book 2. I have in front of me a 23-inch monitor because the Book 2 is a laptop. So I've got a full screen next to me so I can actually read the screen because I can't read the laptop. It's too small when it's that far away. I've got a Logitech Brio camera. I started with the 920 Logitech. I skipped the 922 and went straight to the Logitech Brio. And my microphone, which is in front of me, is an Audio Technica microphone. And I'm sat about 3 feet away from it. I just need possibly to angle it slightly better and you'll hear me better. I should check my setup every so often, shouldn't I? So that's it. So you've got a Microsoft Surface Book 2. You've got a Logitech Brio camera. You have an Audio Technica microphone. And then just for display purposes, I have a screen in front of me, and it's not branded. Well, it is branded, but I can't see the brand at the moment. But I'll do a blog next week on the software that I do have. Okay, and you can. Well, no, you can't at the moment. No, it only lets you select one YouTube channel. Just to give it a try. Anything's possible, but it does default to your YouTube channel. I think the other thing, if you do a Facebook authentication, then it authenticates you for every page you've got and every group you're an admin of. And that way you can broadcast to several different destinations at once on Facebook. So you can broadcast 2 destinations on Facebook, page and a group, page and personal profile, group and personal profile. So 2, any combination of those 2. In addition to that, you can then broadcast to YouTube. So you could take one of those Facebooks and say, I want to go to YouTube. But YouTube requires a separate authentication. And I think at the moment, Be.Live only allows you to authenticate one account. I'm going to check on that. I shall log out tomorrow. I shall log out of Be.Live and log back in and see if I can find the answer to that. So I have a definite answer. If not tomorrow, then soon. Thank you for the question. Okay, and on with the comments. Out to Gospel, and Gospel is saying question mark. Oh, was the question mark missing? Right. Okay. Okay, and Gospel again. It's Surface Book 2 is 16 gig of RAM and twin GPUs, so it's more than powerful. The last time I checked the price, it was about 2,400. So it's really is probably one of the most powerful PCs that there is, or laptops that there is. I see it reviewed as being the best laptop ever. Okay, how do I change my background? Basically, I'm going to share my screen. Again, let's just go through this again. I'm going to screen share, as you all know how to screen share. I'm going to bring this up on screen and say that I'm actually using this piece of software to that side of me. It's called XSplit VCam. If I show it full screen, okay, now you can see the name, top left-hand corner, XSplit VCam, and you can see that my camera is the Brio, and you can see this is what I look like normally. Sorry, I've got to press the right button. This is what I look like normally. This is what I look like with the background removed. Okay, and I could be transparent anywhere, and then I can go back to the photograph. So that's what my office looks like. It's a mess. And that's what Corinda's photograph looks like. It's beautiful. Software is XSplit VCam. It's $40. If you type in XSplit VCam into Google search, you'll get straight to the site. If you go to YouTube and search for XSplit VCam, you'll find my videos about how to set it up. Be.Live sees it as a virtual camera, and it's so simple and easy to do. As I can show you now, you can actually just flick and change the photographs at will. And the photographs, I'll go for this one, which I love. This is Fleetwood. You can change the background, and you can actually use backgrounds which are from your desktop. So it's any photograph that you've taken, you can use. You can have a YouTube video running in the background if you wish. You can have a web page in the background, or you can have an unsplash photo. And unsplash photo, if I go and I search for London, and I'm about 120 miles, if I want a picture of Tower Bridge, then I've got Tower Bridge, and it's as easy as that. And that was live. I didn't set that up earlier. I was able to go to Unsplash, which is free photographs, and I'm going to bring me back, hopefully, to the screen with the bridge in the background. Okay, so hopefully that has actually answered your question. And over to Gospel. That's good to know. Thank you. And okay, so we're up to date with the comments. Okay, if you have questions about Be.Live, then please do ask. I'm just going to close a few things down because I don't need to have that open. So I'm closing a tab, I'm closing another tab, and I'm closing another tab. So I'm not using any extra resources. I'm going to stop screen sharing. Okay, back to me. Right, okay, now when you do go live, every show 3 times today, I've gone through this routine. Close my machine down, because that clears any programs that were in the background. If we're surfing during the course of a morning or an afternoon, we don't know what we've been running. We've forgotten all the programs we're using, and they're taking space and memory on the computer. Switching it off and switching it back on again means that there's nothing running, and it's the best way to do it. Then go straight to Chrome, go straight to Be.Live and broadcast. Switch off Chrome, Be.Live, broadcast. That's it. Don't do anything else. Don't even go anywhere else. I've only got this Be.Live tab open at the moment. It is the simplest way to operate. Anything else is taking up your processor, taking up your internet. Whilst I'm talking about that, there is obviously the temptation to actually watch yourself on Facebook. The Facebook feed is 20 seconds behind the feed. So what I'm saying now, you will hear in 20 seconds time. Or which means you can't watch yourself in the studio and Facebook at the same time. And there are 2 reasons for that. One is the processing. Your video from your computer goes to Be.Live, Be.Live process it, Be.Live send it to Facebook, Facebook process it, and then it comes on screen on the Facebook webpage. That takes 20 seconds. So what you're saying now will not be heard on the Facebook page for 20 seconds. So don't watch both, because you're actually also using your bandwidth. If you're watching something whilst you're actually broadcasting, then you're using your bandwidth, and that bandwidth is better used just broadcasting. So forget everything else. The only thing you need to have open when you're live is your studio, and anything else, you just got to remember it is extra. So if you're sharing a PowerPoint or you're sharing a video, what's your email address? If you click my name at the top, you'll be able to message me on Facebook. So just click my name and you can message me on Facebook, if you would, please. Okay, because if I read my email address out now, well, I can't send it to you on Facebook, and I prefer to use Messenger, because I check Messenger virtually every quarter of an hour. So Messenger is the best place to contact me. And over to Bassam. Edge didn't work as well. All right, okay, fine. There's something wrong on your system, so we should get to the bottom of it. Out to Gospel. Do you do any of the work on a laptop, like editing or making graphics? Yes, I do make graphics. I'm not a graphic artist. I don't pretend to be, but I do the show cards on Canva. I do the videos. I mean, the show cards. Thank you for mentioning that. I do the show cards like this one. And I'm just going to change my layout a moment so you can see us properly. And if I go like that, that's basically, yes, I can do graphics, I can do videos, I can do virtually anything I want on the Microsoft Surface Book 2. I do the images on Canva, I do the videos on InVideo, and I don't have a problem at all. I mean, these days 16 gig of RAM and 2 GPUs is sufficient. So thank you for the question. Okay, and scrolling down, again, we've got to the end of the question. So we talked about starting your broadcast, but I just want to talk about this tomorrow for a moment. Let's do this picture. Let's go picture in picture. I've not done that for a while. I'm going to basically change the theme so I don't take up all the screen. Okay, so tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. BST in the UK, is beating the imposter syndrome with live video, and it's Marco and myself. Now, Marco and I are good friends. We broadcast together every week, and one of our favorite topics is this one. And we're going to help you. If you've not been live, we're going to help you overcome the obstacles to your being live. We'll discuss them, we'll knock them down one by one. And at the end of the hour-long broadcast, you'll be ready. You'll want to go and grab your camera and go live. That's our aim, to actually help you go live and to actually, I did the broadcast earlier today, and the broadcast earlier today was about telling your story. We all have stories to tell, and live video is the best way to do that. And no matter what you think, somebody out there wants to hear your story. Your story will resonate with somebody. You'll strike a chord, and you'll make new friends by going live and just telling your story. What might be mundane to us isn't, because we all live different lives. We all live in different countries. We all have different lifestyles. We've got lots of stories that we can actually exchange. I mean, I enjoy many of the videos that from India and Pakistan, and from Australia, and from New Zealand, and from Singapore, and from around the globe. We're a global community who supports each other, and our way of supporting you tomorrow is to tell you how you can beat the imposter syndrome. I don't know whether that's spelt right. Beat the imposter syndrome and go live. Okay, that's myself and Marco. Marco is in Portugal. I'm in the UK, and we get on like a house on fire. And I'm always going to say this: Marco's Portuguese, Marco's English is better than my Portuguese. Out to the comments again. And thank you for keeping the comments coming in. It's the comments that make the show. Thank you. Right, and I'll post the link so next time I'll actually know who you are. I can check afterwards, but I can't see in the studio who you are. So thank you for that. Okay. So that's the show tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. And there is another show on Thursday, because we have 5 shows this week. I'm going to show this. Hopefully this is the right one. It is, yes. Right. On Thursday, I'm live with David Burrows and with Tina, and we're going to be talking about building an audience with live video. I'm going to come on screen again. I'm going to go picture in picture. Not that way. That way. Okay, I'm picture in picture again. Once you've got a story to tell and you're happy telling it to friends, say, then the next stage is to actually build an audience. And we're going to be looking at the techniques you can use to actually build an audience using live video. And it's a step-by-step process. And David I respect greatly. And he said, you build an audience one person at a time. And that's how you do it. You make a new connection every program that you do, every broadcast that you do, and it works. It's tried and tested. We know we've made friends globally. I mean, Debbie's in Canada, I'm in the UK. Debbie's now got friends in the UK, I've got friends in Canada, and it's all through live video. And those friends come to watch us on our show, which has now been running for 3 years every Monday on Be.Live. And I'm looking forward to that show. And I'm going to hide that, and I'm going to bring this up. And finally, just to finish this section off, whilst I'm waiting for comments, I'm going to go picture in picture again. It was 50-50, wasn't it? Okay, picture in picture. On Friday, it will be myself, Lottie, Marco, and Brigetti, and we will be talking about next level live streaming. In other words, we started off when we're all on our mobile phones broadcasting, and then Be.Live brought the next level, which is 2 people on screen. Then we got to 3 people on screen. Now we're 4 people on screen. How can you improve so that you're actually on the next level, so that every broadcast that you do gets an audience and also gets people involved? and I'm going to be talking about the tips, tricks, and techniques to actually do that on Friday. So all these broadcasts, 10 a.m. on Wednesday, 10 a.m. on Thursday, 10 a.m. on Friday, and that's 5 days live. We've been doing this. This is our 8th time of doing it. We get on famously, and when we get talking, it's very difficult to actually stop us. Okay, and I'm going to switch back by virtue of XSplit VCam to Corinda's photograph, which I think is that one. No, it's not that one. Where's that one? Just a minute. I've got the wrong photograph. Just let me get the right photograph. I need to close that down. That's the photograph I want. The photograph of stains. Right, okay, and over to Gospel. I think we've gone through that comment, and then on to comment from our favorite Facebook user. Looking forward to tomorrow's show. Thank you. And a new comment as well. Hi, Stephen. Right, this is from a second Facebook user. Hello, nice to meet you. I'll know who you are after the broadcast. I'll also post a link you need to click so that I can see your picture and name on screen. Facebook are protecting us. They're guarding our privacy. And the way they do that is that Be.Live have to have permission from you to actually show your picture on screen. Now, if you're on a page, if you're on a business page, on a profile page, it's not a problem. But as soon as you go into a private group, whichever private group it is, you've got to give permission. It's one click, and then you can comment on any live video in any group. So I'll put that link in afterwards. And the next question from Gospel. Right. Okay. Now you've got me there, Gospel. I don't know what an X key is. So if you could post a link to an X key, then that would be most helpful. What I do have is this. This is my next upgrade. It won't show, will it? I've got a mixer, and I'm going to be using the mixer in my shows. Hopefully starting next week once I get hold of the cables. So there you are. That's my next upgrade, is a mixer, so that I can actually have sound effects on the broadcast. But I'd be interested to find out what an X key is. And I've closed my mouse. I need to open my mouse again. And right, I don't know what it is. So, and over to Facebook user, and comment is, it's Cedric. Hello, Cedric. Nice to see you. I'll give you a link afterwards so that I can actually see who it is next time. Okay. Facebook are very good at protecting us. It's done for a good reason, and it does help protect privacy because basically, if you're in a private group, and this video is actually, well, we're simulcasting now, we're actually live on YouTube as well. It means that you've got to give permission to be live, to actually show your name, and it's just one click, and that simply works. Right, over to simulcasting, and we know that Nick Wood is going to be simulcasting for the rest of this week, probably every day, now that he's found the plus button. Simulcasting is simple and straightforward. There is a video in the Be.Live group, which I did. If you just go to videos, you'll see all the videos, and you'll find the one. It's the quickest way to find it, because trying to find anything in a group with 23,000 members is difficult. So if you're looking for a video, down the left-hand side of the screen is a menu. On that menu is the word videos. Click that word and you'll see all the videos, and you can click on one of those and you can actually watch it. And I've got a video on there which is all about simulcast and how to use it and how to get the best out of it. That will be updated once we get the ability to schedule. Then that will be a game changer, because if we can schedule, then we can promote. If we can promote, we can get more viewers. I mean, we've done 2 shows this week, which were simulcast, 3 shows, sorry, but we've done 2 shows at 10 a.m. Eastern this week, yesterday and today, and we were unable to actually put the link and say, go here to watch. And because we couldn't put the go here to watch, then we had to be inventive. So I created a video on InVideo, and we positioned that around Facebook and Twitter and promoted that and pushed it. And basically, we said, we're going to be live somewhere at 10 a.m. Eastern. Come and join us. But we did give an indication that we'd be on the Be.Live in 5 page or on YouTube. So we knew which platforms would be on, we knew which pages would be on. So we're able to do that. But if you've got a unique link, then you can start promoting. On Facebook, you can promote 7 days before. If you're simulcasting, we should be able to do the same on YouTube as well. I don't know how it's going to work. I just know it's going to work out the box, and we'll be able to schedule to Facebook and YouTube, and life will be swell. And then we can look forward to further destinations. But I always try to say, well, be happy with what you've got and what's working. And I'm happy. I'm more than happy with simulcasting to Facebook and YouTube because it simply works. The quality on video on YouTube is brilliant. Quality on Facebook is okay. And the comments that are coming in on the live shows that we're doing are absolutely amazing. I've got to catch up now. Okay. And the next question. How do you interview with no headset on? Because my guests, if they have wireless plugs, you can't hear them. They have to wear headsets. Right. Basically, if I'm doing a multi-person broadcast, then I do try and wear a headset. Although, because of the way my computer is set up now, I don't actually need to. The best advice is to actually wear them. Otherwise, you're going to get echo. It's just basically down to the placement of the computer and the microphone that you're actually getting feedback from the microphone. So earbuds cut that out. Because I'm broadcasting solo today, I don't need earbuds. If you're broadcasting with more than one person, then do wear earbuds. It's the simplest way of doing it. If I said my setup is by accident, I couldn't tell you how to replicate it, honestly. And most people who do broadcast, in fact, a high percentage, over 90% of people who broadcast actually do use earbuds. And it's just the simplest way. And now you can get earbuds which just go over your ear. Running earbuds are probably the best way to go. I've seen some nice bone earbuds which I can actually go jogging with, so I'm taking a look at those. But earbuds are necessary at the moment because, as you quite rightly say, they prevent echo. So you and your guest or guests should all wear earbuds. And it's a physical thing. It's just sound bounces back. Thank you. I'll have a look after. Thank you, Gospel. If anybody else wants to look at X keys, then you can click Gospel's link and go and take a look. And over to Bagram. Ibrahim, sorry. Please, how can I use a background on my page? Okay, on your page, when you're broadcasting, can you just refine that? Because I don't want to answer the wrong question. Are you talking about how did I get my background? Or are you talking about a background on your page? So if you could just refine that a bit, and I think we have. All right, okay. How can I use a background as same as mine? Okay, I'm using XSplit VCam, and I'm going to share my screen possibly for the final time today for everybody who's watching live. I'm going to do this again so that if you've seen this before, don't worry, you're going to see it again. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take myself and I'm going to share that in the stream. I'm going to go like that. This is XSplit VCam. I'll go full screen. This is XSplit VCam. This is a software that you download onto your PC, Windows 10, costs $40. And once you've downloaded it, Be.Live will see it as a virtual camera, and you can then swap between photos just by clicking a button On XSplit, I can swap from one photo to another quite easily and have whatever background I want whilst I'm live. So $40. Be.Live sees as a virtual camera. XSplit VCam, you can see that up in the corner that way. No, that way. Well, you can see it. XSplit VCam is how it's spelled. Just search it on Google. You will find it, and then you can have a background photograph. Now, the background photograph is just a minute. All right. Background photograph is only for you. It's not for your guests. If you want it, well, it works on your camera. Be.Live sees your camera, and it simply works. And I'm back to me. Yeah. So, XSplit VCam, $40, and you can be up and running in about 10 minutes, I'd say. Nope. No. If you want to use XSplit VCam as a background for your guests, you can't do it. It's your camera. It's just this one camera. They would have to have XSplit VCam as well, and then they could choose their own background. So the way to do it is for everybody to have XSplit VCam. Down the way, I'm not going to give a timescale, but it is on the Be.Live roadmap to have an inbuilt green screen. I don't know when it's going to happen, so I can't give you a date. But one day, Be.Live will have green screen, and then you won't need additional software. But at the moment, you do need additional software, and that additional software, if you're on Windows 10, is XSplit VCam. Right, I'd like to say thank you to everybody for your wonderful questions today. It's the questions that actually drive this broadcast. It's my pleasure to be part of the Be.Livers group. And over to Gospel. Right, okay, no. Gospel's saying importantly they must have a green screen to Chrome key the features. No. The beauty of XSplit is that you don't need to have a green screen. I'm going to qualify that. The reason I have a green screen and lights beside me is because I do instructional videos, and if the quality of my video wasn't good, then nobody would watch them, and I wouldn't blame them. So I've got the green background and the soft boxes beside me, and you can see one of the soft boxes here. Yeah, I've got side lights, basically to improve the quality so it's perfect. However, you don't need them. You can use XSplit VCam without a green screen and without soft boxes. It will give you good quality, but to get perfect quality, then you really do need, and this is a point I do agree with Gospel, that if you actually after perfection, then you do need a green screen and lights. If just doing it is enough, then you just need the software. And Gospel again, okay, so I just answered that. So yes and no, Gospel. And next comment, what do you do if you don't have XSplit? You can't do it without if you're on Windows, then you do need XSplit VCam, and you've got to buy the software, or you can rent it for $5 a month. If you're on Mac, then just give me a second. If you're on Mac, then you can use SparkoCam, and I will post a link to SparkoCam after this broadcast if you're on Mac. That's an alternative. There was the software we used to recommend, but that's now costs over $200 a year, so we had to give up on that. So SparkoCam, if you're on Mac, if you're on Windows, XSplit. There are others, but I've been using it since 2019. It is quite simply the best. There are alternatives, but I broadcast with 4 people on screen. That's 4, isn't it? 4 people. I broadcast with 4 people on screen. So if I was using vMix or OBS or XSplit Broadcaster, I could use their green screens. But I'm not. I'm actually broadcasting with 2 to 4 people on screen, and therefore I need my camera, and I use XSplit, and XSplit simply works. I can recommend it heartily. I have a good relationship with XSplit. I never post affiliate links. I post a direct link, and all I can say is XSplit know who I am, and they enjoyed watching the video that I made, and so no affiliate, no relationship with them at all, other than we're on speaking terms. And back to the questions. Okay, so if I can find this, I'm going to show it in the broadcast. I'm going to hide that, and I'm going to bring this on screen. So if you have a problem with going live, if anything's stopping you from going live, then join Marco Novo, who's based in Portugal, and me, Stephen, live at 10 a.m. tomorrow, when we'll be talking about beating the imposter syndrome. We'll take down every single obstacle that you have to actually going live, and we'll help you to go live and build up your confidence for actually going live. So I'm looking forward to that. When Mark and I get together, it's always a blast, because we have become good friends through live broadcasting, and we help and support each other, and we're here to help and support you. Mark and I are both admins of Be.Livers. Be.Livers is probably the best way to actually get support from Be.Live, other than doing it in your studio. So if you want support, request in your studio in the chat. If you want a question answered about how you do something, then you can ask in Be.Livers. Be.Livers is a very vibrant network, and Irene and the team from Be.Live monitor it 24/7. If you make a post in Be.Livers, I can tell you that any post in Be.Livers is read by 3 or 4 Be.Live staff and acted on. So it is the best. It is one of the best places to actually get a resolution to your problems. I'm going to be talking later, not today, but I'll be talking later this week to Basan, and we'll try and resolve his problem. That offer goes to you all. If you've got a specific problem, then you can always message me, and I'll do my best to help. If I can't, I know somebody who can, and I'll put you in touch with them. I enjoy using Be.Live. I do 8 shows a week on Be.Live. I have very few problems, and now I'm broadcasting to be using Be.Live to broadcast to Facebook and YouTube. I'm happy, and I want to make sure that everybody in the Be.Livers group is happy too. And so do the Be.Live team. That's the Be.Live team around the world. Be.Live team are based in Israel, in the Philippines, the Ukraine, which is where all the techie stuff is done, and in the USA as well. So it's a truly global team, and I'm just grateful to actually be part of the team. Thank you for watching this live broadcast today. If you've got any questions and you've been watching the replay, thank you. I wish you a very successful broadcast. If you've got questions, ask. And if you'd like me to be a guest on one of your shows, then just ask. I will, in all probability, say yes, please. So, thank you for watching. Take care, everybody. And I'll see you again this time next week, Tuesday at 12 p.m. Eastern. And question and answers with Stephen in the Be.Livers group, and now on YouTube. These are exciting times. Let's help and support each other and enjoy live broadcasting on Be.Live. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you again. I just want to do over the 60 minutes. Just a minute. Any other questions? Let's just check the comments again. I've got another one. All right. Okay. What if I don't have XSplit? Okay. So we're coming up to 60 minutes, which is my allotted time span in Be.Livers. So thank you everybody for watching. Take care. See, my background is good and